Every WellsiteGuard containment unit is built and designed to your specifications. All we need to know is the size of your production tee and the size of your polish rod. Every WellsiteGuard containment unit comes with a sensor of your choice. In the case of the sensor on my right, this is an ultrasonic sensor. And the sensor on my left is a simple float switch. What the company decides to do with that information, we leave completely up to them. We use a high-level Class 1 Division 1 spark-proof, explosion-proof float or ultrasonic switch. If the basin fills up with oil or salt water, the sensor will trigger and a signal will be sent, with the company deciding how they want to use this information. This can be used to send a signal to a monitoring station, or can be used to trigger an alarm, which allows the operator to know that there's a leak at the wellhead without the need to physically inspect it, and they can take the required action. When you go to install your unit, the first thing you want to check is to make certain that there are no tool marks or gouges at the top of your tee. If there are, just give it a quick file. Once that's done, degrease the top of your tee. We recommend citral. We find it's the best for this job. And when you're ready to go, take your 3M tape and wrap it once around the tee and give yourself a nice 1/2 inch overlap on the tape. Place your tape on the high side of the tee and make certain you have about a 1/2 inch of overlap. Remove the backing off of the tape, and then you can move on to the next step. Our basin is made of a die-cast aluminum, which is then powder coated for corrosion resistance. The aluminum basin has been designed with a urethane seal along the main edge. This urethane seal is produced by injecting liquid urethane directly into the mold and onto the surface of the aluminum. This creates a strong, permanent bond. This same bond and the same process is used on the downhole sucker rods to produce the wipers. As you will note, the unit is not hinged. We found that hinges are not very reliable and tend to break down over time. Instead, we use stainless steel hardware that is far more durable. To mount the unit, simply take it and place it around the wellhead. Ensure that both sides line up correctly and that you pinch the tape evenly on both sides. I recommend hand tightening the bolts to start, making certain that they're properly aligned in place. Before you tighten down the basin of the wellhead, level it in 2 directions to make certain that the basin is completely flat. When you look inside the basin before final tightening, you'll note that there's a gap in the urethane seal. This is your visual indicator that the seal has not yet been complete. Tighten the bolts on the bottom of the basin until the seal closes up. Once this seal is closed up, this means that your basin is sealed and the installation is complete. Now, for the rain guard base installation, you have to start with the base. This slides into the top of the well of the unit and is simply rotated and it's done. Installation of the rain guard base takes less than 10 seconds. So the top of the unit is made of a polycarbonate plastic, which is the same material that you'd find in an airplane window. It also comes in multiple sizes. For this demonstration, we're going to use the more common tall size. This material was selected primarily because it's very stable in both hot and cold temperatures. And we have units operating in northern Canada and in the southern states. The next step is to install the rain guard. This will just slide around your polish rod and goes in the top as such. And you can tighten the wing nut to close the unit. To close the top, you simply press here along the edges and your last step is take your springs, and I recommend using a pair of pliers for this job. With the springs in place and the wing nut secured, your unit is ready to go and you can turn your pump jack on. This is the rain guard top unit. If the rain guard doesn't have its felt installed, it's quite simple just to slide the felt into the grooves on either side of the unit. Once the felt's installed, The unit's closed with a 3/16 wing nut. This 3/16 stainless steel is used in all hardware in the WellsiteGuard unit. The function of the rain guard is to prevent rainwater from coming in along the polish rod and entering into the unit. Rainwater that tends to enter these units can fill up the basin and cause a false signal to be sent. The rain guard prevents that. It also has the secondary function of reducing the amount of dust and sand that can enter into the unit and damage things such as the packing and the wellhead. Overall, the installation process is very simple and straightforward. Installers in the field have told us that in a single day they can mount up about 25 of these units. With the installation of the top and the rain guard, the unit is fully assembled and ready to go, and you can turn your pump jack on.